The invocation will be given by Ocoee Outreach Executive Director Callie Limberg. The Pledge of Allegiance will be provided by Commissioner Louis Alford, but before the invocation, I'd like Commissioner Gilbert's mate here in the 4th District, Howard Thompson, to say a word about his medical condition.
Well, first of all, Scotty's doing well right now, and we hope he stays that way. And the treatment he's getting, we hope will affect what's wrong with him, and he won't have to go through no surgery or anything like that. So we need to keep him in our prayers today when we pray. Well, we need to remember Scotty in our prayers. Thank you.
Okay, Callie, if you would please stand.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we're thankful to be here today. Thank you for this incredible community that we all get to call home. Lord, I pray that we don't take advantage of that, but Lord, we know what a great place that we live in. Thank you for these individuals, these men and women who have been elected to serve. Thank you for the way that they do so every single day. God, I pray that today as they meet, that they would lead with wisdom, with unity, and that everything that they do would bring honor and glory to you. And Lord, we do lift Commissioner Gilbert up to you. We ask for his healing and that you would continue to have your hand upon his health. Thank you again for this opportunity. I pray that you're glorified today. It's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Commissioner Alford.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, justice for all.
Thank you very much. Let's see, we've had the call to order. We'll now go to the report from the county mayor. Mayor Davis, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, everyone. Don't really have anything to report today unless somebody has something for me. But I would like to call on Jordy Waller. We have some people with us from Tri-State Exhibition Center. Jordy, I think, is still chairman of the board, and they're here to give us a report about Tri-State.
I thought we've got, we can go ahead and do it now, Mayor. We've got it on the agenda for them to speak, which.
Yeah, there was confusion. I'm happy to give it now or later.
Probably would be better if we go around and get the report from the commissioners, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Then we've got your, as a matter of fact, your agenda item A and then B, so if that's all right with you, Mayor?
That's perfectly all right. That's just another example of the crap sometimes, but that's okay. Since someone chose to put it on the agenda, the meeting that was scheduled for the last 3 months, we'll bypass that and use it when it comes up on the agenda, and I have nothing further to report. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll now go for reports from the committees and our districts. We'll start on our left with Commissioner Rogers.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have nothing to report today.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Ledford.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A couple of little things. Friday evening, Scotty called me. I just want to report on Scotty. I worked there at the hospital. Of course, everybody knows. They admitted him. Scotty was doing well. He's just seems happy and got his treatment going, and so he's much, much better. But I did talk to him Saturday, and we talked a little bit here and there. And at our last ag meeting we had, I failed at the last meeting to tell everyone about Katie Turnbull, and I think they're going to do that here in just a few minutes. But other than that, go Chiefs, and that's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Commissioner Mason, please.
I have nothing today, Chairman. Thank you.
Commissioner Slater.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Congratulations to the Pie Center Machining Group. The past year, they have spent working on their NIMS accredited training program. NIMS stands for National Institute of Metalworking Skills. And so their accreditation is the nation's only distinction for excellence in manufacturing training as based on NIMS industry-approved standards. Accredited programs demonstrate the ability to produce skilled, work-ready individuals that fully fulfill industry's 21st century workforce needs. So congratulations to the work that continues to be done every day to change the lives of students in Bradley County. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Goins, please.
I have nothing. Thank you.
Commissioner Thompson.
I just got to follow through with Commissioner Ledford's statement there. Go 49ers.
Is that all, sir? Commissioner Winters, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I apologize for thinking to sit down rather to stand up for the pledge. My sister passed away Saturday, and I had a quick trip, 7 hours to her, and driving back here. But I'm a middle child. I have two sisters. One is older than me and wanted to be my mama. She wanted to take care of me all my life, and she has. So she's with the Lord today. And I traveled in, got here just in time to see the Super Bowl, and it crashed. So I'm kind of a little addled right now. But I want to salute the flag at all times, but I started to sit down. As chairman of the Legal Legislative Committee, we have met and discussed Commissioner Collins's request to include a for sale sign on the site of any property offered for sale by this county. We voted to recommend adopting a resolution. You probably have that with you at this point. Adopting a resolution including on-site signage in addition to the legal notice. You each have a hard copy of this resolution adding on-site signage to surplus property procedure. Mr. Chairman, I placed this resolution on the February 20 voting session agenda. Thanks.
Thank you. Commissioner Collins, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to say thank you to Dwight Richardson and the Artists Here group. We had a meeting that was hosted at Pleasant Grove Baptist Church with Commissioner Slater was there, Commissioner Blake was there. We had a great time. It was a celebration of Black History Month. Appreciate the Pastor Robinson and his team for putting that on. It was a great community event, and certainly thankful for that opportunity to be a part of that. Other than that, that's all I have.
Great.
Thank you, sir.
Commissioner Blake, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Two things. Excuse me. Mr. Chairman, the deadline for applying for the State of Tennessee Property Tax Relief Program and the Bradley County Tax Freeze Program is fast approaching. Mr. Chairman, I urge all eligible property owners to visit the trustee's office and apply by April 5th. Also, Mr. Chairman, on Thursday, Blount County Deputy Greg McCowan and Shelby Eggers pulled over Kenneth DeHart for erratic driving and failure to maintain a lane in Merville. Both deputies were shot, killing Mr. Deputy Greg McCowan and injuring Deputy Shelby Eggers. DeHart, armed and dangerous, remains at large, and there is a reward for his arrest. Mr. Chairman, I propose Bradley County join other counties, Knox County, Blount County, and a host of other Tennessee counties, in offering a reward for the apprehension of DeHart. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to place on the February 20th voting session agenda a motion to contribute $5,000 out of the commission line 599 for the reward for the apprehension of Mr. DeHart. If you don't mind putting that on the agenda, I'd appreciate it.
Well done. Is that it?
That's all I have. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Alford, please.
Second district's doing well, sir. Thank you.
Commissioner Hughes.
Mr. Chairman, we had a solid waste landfill committee meeting today. It went extremely well. We went over the landfill monitoring system, which is up and running well. We were able to verify that Republic is also looking over this information and using it as well. One of the issues that came up was about the sludge. This was something that Commissioner Gilbert had brought up. We touched on it, but really didn't go into detail with it. No more to find out the process and so on with that. The last item we brought up was something that many of you have spoke about, was disposal cost of mattresses and box springs. David from Republic will be getting back with us on that. The question is why is it that Bradley County seems like charged more than what other counties that's ran by Republic? So that we will find out more about that later on. So with that, I have nothing else.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Beck, please.
I ain't nothing to report.
Thank you. Before we go to the agenda items, I'd like to welcome the sheriff. Thank you for coming, Dr. Cash and her assistant Susan Wilcutt, the Parks and Recs director Andy Lockhart, and I think I saw Gracie Shamblin, Representative Fleischman's assistant come in. We welcome you, all of you. The agenda items, agenda item A, Agricultural Extension Office, Commissioner Mike Hughes, please.
Mr. Chairman, today I'd like to invite the agricultural Hannah Godson, which is the manager. We have had many questions about what UT Extension actually done, so I thought it was about time that we find out what they're doing, or at least the new ones hear about it. So, Ms. Godson.
My name is Hannah Goodson with the
Sorry.
Mike gets that wrong a lot. That's okay. My name's Hannah Goodson. I'm the county director for UT and TSU Extension in Bradley County. I am also one of the 4-H agents in the county. I say one of because I have been blessed recently with a second 4-H agent. We went from a team of 5 to myself in a matter of 4 months. It was me against 4,908 students in Bradley County, so I am blessed to have Miss Katie Turnbow. She started February 1. Her third day on the job was in a classroom, so she's hit the ground running. I just want to cover some things today. We just like to make our faces known so you all know who we are at UT and TSU Extension and what we provide for the county. We have Agriculture and Natural Resources program area, and we have a Family Consumer Science program area as well. Our support staff, right now we have a grant-funded position with a Thrive program assistant doing vaccine education within the county. And then our ever so lovely administrative assistant, this is the lady who answers the phone for us, Miss Katie Ramsey. We do have a brand new website up for UT and TSU Extension in the county. Has all of our program areas, our classes that we offer, registrations, payments, etc. That you are welcome to peruse at any time. I also want to just go back real quick and say that extension offices are located in all 95 counties in the state of Tennessee. Every county extension office will be different because it is meeting the needs of the county. We survey, we talk, we communicate, we see what is needed for our students, what is needed for our producers, our farmers, and also for any client, any resident in the county, whether it's home buyer education, whether it's pesticide training, or leadership skills within our youth. So every extension office is going to be unique. Every club is going to be different. Polk County is going to look different from us. McMinn County is going to look different, but that's because we're serving our unique county. So while I'm up here, I'm going to go ahead and talk about Bradley County 4-H, and I'm going to bring Katie up as well. I am going to put her on the spot on day 14 of her job, 13 of her job. But in Bradley County 4-H, we provide clubs that the students want to do. So we have an active archery shooting sports club. We have an active livestock judging team. So we'll have students that show pigs, chickens, cattle, goats, sheep. We have an outdoor recreation club. Our administrative assistant actually leads that club. She's an avid outdoors woman. She teaches safety, how to plan. And then our very popular homeschool club grows every day. Our enrollment for this club has grown a lot since COVID, I'll be real honest with you. And it's a club that really can be as unique as they want. This year, they really wanted to learn about local agriculture, which I just fell in love with. So being a former ag teacher myself, I have started planning trips to local farmers and producers and just educating them of where their food comes from and our local producers in the county. We have an honor club, which is a service project club. This club is kind of the cream of the crop of our 4-Hers. They have to apply to get in, and then they choose in the beginning of the school year what service projects they want to do for our community. So whether that's with the Caring Place, collecting coats for a coat drive. Last week we did the baby bottle boomerang for New Hope Pregnancy Center. So we reach out to a lot of local places and just donate and serve them as we can. And then our 4-H camps are very popular as well. So we have things for elementary students, middle school students, and even high schoolers will do at the local level as well.
All right. Hello, my name is Katie Turnbow, like Hannah introduced me. She talked about everything that we've got going on in the county. I just kind of wanted to touch on everything through the region and the state that our 4-Hers can participate in. First things first is All-Stars. All of our honor club members can get better and bigger leadership opportunities through our All-Stars organization, as well as they can input all of their records, everything that they've done into a portfolio. This can give them access to scholarships. And then Clover Bowl is kind of like a Jeopardy game, but with questions asked through Tennessee history and things of that sort, as well as 4-H and 4-H Fashion and Design Conference, Quilt Camp, the Appalachian Fair, and Tennessee Valley Fair. There's lots of opportunities for them, not just in the county, but above and beyond through the region and the state.
So just some numbers for our clubs locally. And this number, we were just talking about this before we left, is actually increased. It increases every day. I enrolled 15 students right before we left the office. So we have 140 in-school clubs. We serve those monthly. So it's 140 classrooms in a month. It's every day, all day, multiple buildings a day. We have such great teachers in the county and support and administration. We are so thankful for that. County schools come first if there's room on the calendar. Anybody who wants to have 4-H clubs come in, like this year we had Blythe Flower and Tennessee Christian Prep reach out. I will squeeze them in the calendar as we can. We do 4th through 7th grade. 8th grade as well in some years, and then I work closely with the high schools and the FFA programs with those ag teachers, training teams, sending teams to competitions, doing certifications, whatever the need is there. We have 6 clubs that include that honor club I talked about, homeschool, any type of gardening clubs that the schools may reach out and want us to facilitate. We have 6 active clubs currently. We have 5 after-school clubs listed there: vet science, livestock judging, showing, archery, and outdoor club. And at the time, we had 2 personnel, and we're back at 2 personnel again, but it was 1 for a while, so thankful that number is back up. Once again, this number on top here has already increased in the last few months, but we have the largest enrollment in the Eastern region out of all 33 counties in the Eastern region, which is cool. Puts a large target on my back because while numbers are cool, that's not what impresses me. It's the quality of the education that our students are getting. What is the opportunity they're receiving? Leadership, soft skills, communication, public speaking. So we've really hit it hard this year with that, and the teachers have been so supportive in that. I've only had 2 classrooms out of the 140 that we go into not have speeches. So we were really impressed with that. We have about 47 students attend junior camp at Greenville. That's our largest 4-H camp in the summertime. And we had last year 340 prepared speeches presented to 4-H personnel. And like I said, we have many needs. We're not done here. As we continue and grow the office and hire more 4-H personnel, that'll give us more opportunity to send kids to 4-H Congress and learn about our government, have more judging teams, leadership conferences. The needs are endless here. The opportunity is endless, and that's what's so cool about 4-H. Here's just some pictures of what we've done over the years. Like I said, we have such supportive teachers here. Miss Canada was our Teacher of the Year at OMS last year. We do that based off participation and support and active students in her classroom. We have our Bradley County Junior Livestock Show, Chick Chain, hog shows, and then our archery club. Here's some pictures from our Bradley Bunch homeschool that has grown tremendously, especially in the last 2 years. I took them to Apple Valley Orchard and some local beef producers just to kind of walk around and get a little hands-on with where their food comes from. And I'm going to pass it to Kevin.
Morning. My name is Kevin Treadway. I'm the Family and Consumer Sciences Extension Agent for Bradley County. And you might be asking yourself, what is Family and Consumer Sciences? That's a great question. So, Family and Consumer Sciences means that I do educational programs on community health, human development, consumer economics, and nutrition and food safety. But I'll talk specifically about what that looks like. So as Hannah mentioned, each year and all the programs that we do, we base upon county needs. And these are the county needs that showed up through surveys, through advisory committee meetings, through interviews with community leaders in the county. And so we wanted to address these needs through our educational programming. So what we did is we started doing money-wise workshop. These are workshops on budgeting, spending plans, good credit management, all that great stuff. We do finding work workshops, which are resumes, interviews, cover letters, soft skills. We do home buyer education, which if an individual goes through that class and there's an online version or in person, they then receive a certificate that opens them up to THDA, FHA, USDA, rural development loans, these government-backed loans, and also some down payment assistance as well, depending on their loan. Then we do personal finance teacher training. I have a class called Kev Cans, if any of you are interested in canning, and that's all about food preservation and canning. We have health programs, so we do a class called Matter of Balance, which is for senior citizens. It's a fall prevention class. Living well with chronic conditions, take charge of your diabetes, these type of classes. I also do Bradley Walks. Bradley Walks is a month-long walking competition. I am making an announcement right now. If we get 100 people to do Bradley Walks this year, I am walking the length of the county. I'm going to walk from Red Clay State Park to the Hiwassee River in Charleston. That is my promise to you if we can get 100 people. We have 49 last year, so we need to get 51 more. And then we also partner with Salvation Army for their Angel Tree program, doing classes on health, money, and healthy relationships. And if somebody goes through those classes, they're open up to receiving Christmas gifts around Christmas time from the Salvation Army Angel Tree program. And then we have SNAP Nutrition Education, which is nutrition specifically for individuals receiving SNAP, otherwise known as food stamps. So if we take all that and we look at, well, what's the cost? If we are looking at these health programming that we're doing, and we're looking at what's the medical cost savings by somebody that's taking those lessons and applying them in their daily lives, we see that there's $17,822 in medical cost savings to county residents. In homebuyer education, if you add up all the loans of individuals who closed on homes after going through that program, it's over $4 million. For our canning class, $102,000 in medical cost savings and productivity loss. So people actually able to preserve the fruits and vegetables that they're growing. Bradley Walks was over $46,000 in medical cost savings, and then our nutrition education as well for a big total of an economic impact, a positive economic impact on the community. Our county cannery is a great thing. I talked about canning classes, and so just a highlight here is that we had $14,910.57 in cost savings to county residents with the county cannery this year alone. We also do a canning competition each year, which is a lot of fun. We had 48 jars entered, 26 contestants, 9 prizes. People come out on a Saturday to watch jars be judged. And that is why I say Bradley County is Canning County, because I don't think there's anywhere else where you would have that much passion behind canning. And then I also serve on some councils and coalitions within the community. I work with some local nonprofits on community gardens as well, and increasing access to nutritious food. And then big plans come in 2024, doing a class called Health Information for Men, where we talk about all things health with men, doing digital literacy, broadband access, doing a class that's similar to homebuyer education, but specifically for renters called Good Tenant Training. Kev Cooks classes, so we have Kev Cans, but we also have Kev Cooks. I got my Valentine's Day class tonight, Kev Cooks with Love. And so we're doing some fun things with Kev Cooks. I have passed my test to be a HUD certified housing counselor. So that's coming down the pipeline. Just got a bunch of paperwork to do with that. And then also my big plan this year is to develop a Bradley Cleveland Food Coalition that's going to look at addressing food access, food insecurity, access to nutritious food, all of that good stuff. So we mentioned Maddie Manning. She is our Thrive program assistant. Thrive stands for Tennessee Health Resources and Vaccine Education. What that looks like is essentially community health. And so these are all kind of just your routine vaccinations that she's teaching about, just letting people know what they need. And so she does work in senior centers. She does work with local nonprofits. She goes to health fairs, all that great stuff. But I will now pass it off to our Agriculture and Natural Resources agent, Evangeline James.
Hi, everybody. So glad to be here today. And for those of you who don't know me, as Kevin said, I'm Evangeline James, and I'm the Ag and Natural Resources Extension Agent here in Bradley County. So we're just going to kind of overview some of the different programming that we do here in Bradley County with our Ag and Natural Resources. So, one of the hugest things I do is I'm the coordinator for the Bradley County Master Gardeners, and I feel so unbelievably fortunate and grateful to be able to work with these volunteers. They are passionate, they are knowledgeable, and they take time out of their day to bring research based horticulture information to residents in our county. So, what does that look like? Well, first of all, here we're looking at some hands on learning experiences. We're looking at a guided tree tour that was in coordination with our Knox County Extension agent, where we see people learning with Chuck McSpadden, the owner of Apple Valley Orchard. He is one of our favorite partners to work with. And then here we see one of our master gardeners who put in 13 weeks of studying as well as 40 hours of volunteerism and 8 hours of continued education to be an official certified master gardener. So for these volunteers to be here, they really have to show that initiative and that consistency and that work ethic that we really appreciate, and it shows in what they do. So again, here's some of our graduates, and here's one of our monthly meetings. We currently have 75 active volunteers within the county, so we have been growing tremendously. And so some of the things that we do with the Master Gardeners is we go out and we'll do youth programming. This is Hannah Goodson and I. We went out to Candy's Creek and we've been helping them with their gardening project. They received grant money for a garden bed. So we just do different things. To the far left, I'm at another elementary school and I'm teaching students about the importance of pollinators. So one of our big focuses and passions is really just connecting that bridge with the consumer of agriculture, getting them out to meet local producers, getting them out to check out our watersheds, getting hands-on in the garden. One of my favorite things is to work with students who have never gardened before in their life, and they're like, oh, do you have gloves? Are my hands gonna get dirty? And then by the end of the day, they're just so excited, running around, showing me weeds, showing me plants that they pulled up and pebbles and stuff. So I think it's very, very important for us to get our next generations involved in gardening and agriculture and to continue on with these really important ideas and lifestyles. And again, here's just some more educational youth programming. And again, we also have a really awesome program with the Junior Master Gardeners that's in correlation and partnership with the Bradley County Juvenile Court System. So that's going to be kicking off in a month or so. And then continuing on, education really is our mission. It's our passion. So I educate alongside with the Master Gardeners, and some of this is also independently done, just from an agent standpoint. But I just want to keep emphasizing that this is what we do. As Hannah mentioned, we're in all 95 counties, but each county is so unique. And so we really try to tailor what we do to the county's individual needs. We've noticed a lot of interest in cool season gardening, vegetable production. So that's what we did. We kicked off a series of classes last year that was free for the public to come and learn from our master gardeners and from myself about how to grow their own garden and how to raise their own food, provide for their families. And it really does all interconnect so well, because after they learn how to garden with me, they can hang out with Kevin and learn how to can. So we try to make sure everything funnels into itself and ties together nicely, and we work with one another. I won't talk too long, but we also did some, is it on the next slide? Yes, haha. So we also did some really cool fall farm tours. This is where my passion lies, I think, really, as I've mentioned, just connecting people with their roots and with local producers who work so hard and don't necessarily have the time in their day to stop and put a tour together and educate in that regard. So this is where we get to come in and work with them. And so to the left again, Apple Valley, these are people coming to I think it was a Friday, to try some local apples and learn about the grading system that Chuck McSpadden is utilizing. That's a newer system he recently bought. And then over here we have we were at the vineyard, Morris Vineyard, and this is a really special moment. This is the owner showing a scrapbook and a photo album to some of our people who came to our tour, and they're getting to see old newspaper cutouts and family photos and just really see the history of that vineyard at a really personal level. So that was a sweet moment I wanted to capture in this presentation. And we just do different things. Like we had Dr. Lockwood. I know you guys may not know Dr. Lockwood, but he worked at the University of Tennessee for 30 years. He's extremely knowledgeable on fruit tree production. So we asked if he could come on down, and he did. And we had a fruit tree pruning demo. We had like 36 residents attend that. As you can see, that left photo, that's everyone who showed up. We gave him a Bluetooth mic, and we set up a Bluetooth system, and we went out there and we learned and we pruned trees together. And then to the far right is a photo from our cool season vegetable production class, and that's one of my amazing volunteers working in discussing that. And then, of course, I'll do property visits. If someone has a dying tree, I will go and I will take a look at that tree. If someone's wondering why their tomato leaves are yellow, I'm happy to give them advice. Sometimes I show up to work and there's a clump of grass on my desk, or maybe there's a dead bug in a jar, and that's just a normal day. So if people have questions as to, what is this plant, what is this insect, or for instance, we were able to come to the Bradley Courthouse and help give tips and advice on best maintenance practices, we're happy to do that. Or I'll visit, that's me feeding cows bread. I get to do some fun stuff sometimes and go out and just meet different producers, let them be heard, learn from them, and give them that opportunity to really just connect with the county and with the UT. And then that's a really cool owl I saw one time on a visit. I just thought I'd incorporate that. And just all sorts of other things. Farmers market, again, lots of meeting with producers, learning about cut flowers, corn variety trials, just things of that nature. So thank you guys for having me up here to talk. Oh, that was it.
His spokesperson, is that it?
I appreciate you all giving us the time just to revamp, reintroduce. This office has changed a lot over the last few years. Evangeline right now is the longest standing agent in the office with 5 years. So we're a very young, very fresh and new office. So I appreciate you guys letting us come and talk about our programs. And if you guys have any needs or questions,
We're not going to let you off that easy.
I
without
didn't
some
think so.
comments and
Of course not.
Does anyone have any comments or questions? We've had a lot of information. Commissioner Hughes, please.
Ms. Goodson, I noticed that Kevin left out one major part. Kevin can cook. He forgot to leave out that he's authored many recipe books, and he didn't bring any of them.
He did, didn't he?
He
did say that. He did not follow through. We'll make sure that gets taken care of.
Commissioner Winters, please.
You have a tremendous team there.
I agree.
Was able to sit on your board a few years ago. And that was a proceeding of the moving into the Pie Center.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us how the Pie Center has enhanced your work. I know that physically, obviously, it does.
Yes.
But tell us about it.
Yes, it has allowed us to be in a central location to our clients, to even for FCE ladies to meet. They were meeting as we left. We get to mingle with students in the Pie Center. Goal Academy, that was new for us, just to see and be exposed to more students in Bradley County. The classrooms availability to teach our lessons and our programs. It has been such a blessing, the Pie Center. It's a very fresh and new and still be in the central of everything, and people come in and see us. They may not know we have moved there yet, if they're visiting the Pie Center or there for another reason. It's refreshing for them to say, oh, you guys used to be on Church Street. And so, yes, so we've really enjoyed it. It has made us more exposed to the public.
Commissioner Rogers, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Actually, Mr. Chairman, at your request earlier in the new terms of all the new commissioners, you asked us to go around and visit schools and visit the sheriff's department and other places as well. And I actually met Hannah here and got to speak with her and said, hey, I'd love to come and see what you guys do, because I had no clue. And this presentation probably could be probably like an hour and a half longer for all the things that they do. So I would encourage, just like you encouraged all of us, that if you haven't been over to the Pie Center and seen what all goes on and really like kind of learn about everything. I was there for probably like an hour and a half and got to hear and meet everyone and speak with everyone. And I know that you guys are doing a lot for Bradley County. Just wanted to say thank you for all you guys do.
Thank you.
Or anyone else? We want to thank you for the tremendous contribution your organization's making to the community. You do great work. Thank you very much.
Thank you all for your support. Appreciate it.
All right, now we'll go to agenda item B, Tri-State Exhibition Center, Commissioner Milam Blake.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I apologize for any of the confusion. The folks from Tri-State are here to chat about some of the things that they've accomplished and all that. So if you would, Mr. Chairman, recognize their chairman. Thank you.
Sir, you're recognized, and I also apologize for the confusion. I'm a regimented individual. I've been former military. I go by the book here, so
I understand.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'd like to thank Mayor Davis, and Commissioner Blake for having us. My name is Jordy Waller, and I'm chairman of the board at Tri-State. We just had our 20th anniversary last year as we were established in 2003. Our goal at Tri-State is primarily to promote agriculture events. It seems like an agriculture kind of day. And at the same time, bring tourism dollars to Bradley County. We also provide our community with a program that focuses on equine-assisted therapy for children with special needs. You'll hear more about these programs after I turn it over. In 2003, we completed an approximate $1.3 million construction project where we added an 84-stall barn, and that brings our total of stalls to 380. We also constructed a 12,500 square foot enclosed and then soon-to-be climate-controlled building. And then over the last 3 or 4 years, we have been attracting bigger and bigger events, and we think both of these structures will help us continue that moving forward. The new buildings were funded by private donations, as were most of the buildings at Tri-State. I'm going to introduce our staff. We have 3 of our 4 staff members here today. They work tirelessly each and every day to make things successful at Tri-State, so I certainly appreciate that, and I believe our board. Craig Thompson is our facility manager. He's been here since about 2020. His assistant, who's not with us today, is Robert Smith. Lydia Hollis is in charge of bookings, grant writings, contracts, assisting Craig in the office. And then Olivia King is our therapeutic program manager. So I'm going to turn it over to Olivia and let her tell you about her program, and then Lydia and Craig will follow. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
As Jordy mentioned, my name is Olivia King, and I am the director of the Therapeutic Riding Center. And the goal of the center is to serve our community. The center's mission is to provide safe and effective equine-assisted activities for individuals with developmental, physical, cognitive, and emotional challenges. In the last year, our program has grown by 40% in the number of participants that we serve every week. We have 130 individuals on our weekly books, and we serve over 900 individuals annually. Recently, we've started programming with the Bradley County school system, and it's been a really wonderful program. It's been really exciting to see how invested the special education administration is in these children's lives. They bring out 2 different groups of 8 students with special education plans, and the program barn works on developing empathy, problem solving and decision making skills, emotional regulation, with the overall goal to help these students succeed inside the classroom and then in their lives outside of the classroom. And it's been a really awesome program, and we're excited to kind of continue expanding that program. We also visit local nursing homes and care facilities. We have a lot of individuals from the community that come for equine assisted services, as well as working with Cleveland Academy, Embark Behavioral Health, Truesdale School, Life Bridges, and a lot of local organizations. And it's our goal to kind of continue that networking and provide services to as many organizations and individuals that can benefit. Our program is highly supported to be able to operate. We have over 90 volunteers on our books, and average 350 to 400 volunteer hours a month to be able to provide services. So a lot of the horse care and the lesson assistance all comes from volunteer support, and it's really exciting. We work with some of the colleges as well in the area, Lee University, Cleveland State, Chattanooga State, Southern Adventist all bring out groups, then interns, and we're working on kind of educating them as well as how to help support our program and impact the community. Our program also has really increased funding recently. In the last year, we've been working a lot on grant writing and donation efforts, and our funding has improved by almost 500% since 2022. And we've been able to really improve the facilities, which has been part of how we're able to expand and offer services to 40% more clients every week. So we've been able to build new shelters, are working on new fencing, purchasing more horses, continue education for our instructors, which is really important to be able to provide the best therapeutic services that we possibly can. Yeah, it's a program that I love and I'm passionate about, and we've been blessed to serve the county schools here in Bradley County and are excited to look at continuing to expand. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much. We're now open for remarks. Yes, sir, Commissioner Lewis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You mentioned about the Therapeutic Riding Center.
Yes.
Some years ago, I'm actually a former member of the HCI committee. I think we donated or granted funds to the first Therapeutic Riding Center. I think so some years back, and it's been several years. How long has this program been in place?
I believe the Therapeutic Riding Center has been there for 15 years.
Yeah, I was going to say.
About 15 years, yeah.
Because it was way back, way back a long time ago when we done that. That was exciting for me to fund a program that helped our challenged individuals in this county. But we thank you for what you do.
Next will be Commissioner Rogers, please.
I too have a connection with your Therapeutic Riding Center. I believe you do a lot of work with Richmont Graduate University out of Chattanooga and a lot of the counselors down there. And my sister-in-law, has worked with you guys and done things in the past. And I actually had a cousin who's special needs that lived here for a very long time and recently moved away, but he's around the same age that I am. And for the past 15 years, he's been able to go and visit with the horses and do therapeutics. So just, again, like we said, the 4-H group and Ms. Goodson and the agriculture of them, just thank you for what you guys do, because it does make a powerful impact in our community. So.
Thank you.
Commissioner Alford, please. You have something? Oh, I thought someone raised their hand. Oh, Commissioner Winters,
Tell
peripheral vision goes, I guess.
Tell me about therapeutic riding. What therapeutic riding? The kids get on horses and ride.
So we have a big range of what we do.
Right,
So
right.
sometimes we go and visit local nursing home and care facilities, and we bring our miniature ponies there. We visit in rooms. We sit and talk to folks, both young and old. Some of the care facilities have TBI issues and are younger. And so that's one of our cool programs. We've recently written a grant to the Christopher Reeves Foundation in hopes of potentially getting a wheelchair accessible carriage to be able to offer more services to that demographic. Our Rainbow Riders program is more general therapeutic riding. So we have individuals with physical needs and have hippotherapy type work. And so the walking movement of a horse actually sends an individual's pelvic motion through the same movement of ambulation. So we have students come who can't walk, that over the course of 6 months of therapeutic riding, they start to take their first steps or run up a hill. And so those are really cool physical needs that are able to be met. Some like dexterity challenges, all kinds of physical issues can be promoted. And then we also work with mental health. And so like our school system group, a lot of the kids have behavioral challenges and emotional regulation issues, and those sessions are conducted primarily through groundwork. Horses are emotional, they're relational, they're personal, and a lot of things that we experience in the human experience can be observed and processed through horses. And so there's a lot of benefits of asking questions and processing life when it's all about the horse before bringing it back personally. That we see a lot of benefits with our students. So we have ground sessions, we have riding sessions. I could talk for days about all of our different approaches. We also do therapeutic carriage driving. And so we currently have an easy entry cart. And so that's something where we work with young girls in a Find Your Voice program, where kids that have experienced trauma can learn to communicate with horses through their verbal tone reflections, and a 2,000-pound horse listens, and that can be really empowering, as well as individuals who don't have the physical ability to ride, they can still have that recreational opportunity.
One final question. Are you an equestrian?
I would
Do you
definitely
ride?
take that label, yes.
Oh.
I've been working with horses for over 20 years and with therapeutic riding for about 5.
Commissioner Blake, please.
Hey, real quick, Mr. Winters and Mr. Rogers serve on the nursing home board, or did. I've got them in touch with Scott Oliver over there, and out some things on that piece. Real quick, you mentioned that you go after grants.
Yes.
All your funding. Does that mean that those young people, those
So we charge about 40% of our actual operating costs in tuition. So families pay a small, like a relatively small amount for their children to participate. And then about 60% of our funding is through grant and donation opportunities. We also have a scholarship program, which I'm always working to revamp and keep going. We have currently, of our 130 participants, we have about 12 scholarships on top of the already discount that we're able to offer of about 40%.
You do a good job at keeping it very affordable.
We do our very best.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Is there anyone else? Commissioner Alford?
Since you called on me earlier, now we'll talk.
You just slow reaction, that's all.
I've been with Tri-State, I guess, off and on for ever since I've been on the commission as a board member and everything else. And I tell people all the time, and they do a great job down there. And if you look at this picture, it's astronomical what they've been able to develop down there through private donations and things like that. I guess I've always said it's the best kept secret in Bradley County. And if y'all do anything, I would highly recommend you try to get the word out more. I bet you there's a bunch of people in Bradley County don't even know you exist. So anyway, any form of fashion that y'all can get the word out to the public more about what y'all actually do through articles in the banner or any way you can. I know you try, but you'll do too good a job not to get more publicity. We'll put it that way. And I appreciate everything y'all do. Like I say, I was just amazed when you said 130 kids. I can remember when you had maybe 15 when I first started that program.
It's
so
grown a lot.
yeah,
We're
and
thankful.
and it's probably going to grow more as we get more involved in it. But they're doing a great job down there, and the people just don't realize how good a job they do. Thank you.
Anyone else? Mr. Ledford?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I don't know, this is FYI. There is a building there that is named, dedicated for Louis Alford, that is sits up on the hill over there. Just kind of letting everybody know that. Thank you.
We can go all over Bradley County and do that, can't we? But it's well deserved, well earned. Is there anyone else, please? I want to thank you personally for the work you do, and I agree with Commissioner Alford. You're the most under-recognized operation in Bradley County. We should try to get you more into the banner and also on the radio, local radio station, and or what you do with these children is phenomenal, believe me. I've talked to some parents that, especially the special education part, it's really great. And again, thank you for your presentation.
Olivia, I'm going to turn it over to Lydia Hollis, who's going to talk more about the exhibition center itself.
Hi. It is so nice to be standing in front of y'all today. As Jordy mentioned, my name is Lydia. And if you look at page number 3 on the handout, you will see that in 2023, each event was required to complete a data survey form. Throughout the year, the Tri-State Exhibition Center hosted a total of 38 events, attracting over 60,000 attendees. This influx represents a significant boon to local businesses, with these visitors using our hotels, our restaurants, and retail establishments. Since 2021, we have experienced a remarkable 120% growth, and we aim to sustain an annual growth rate of 15 to 20% moving forward. Since 2022, we have also gathered the support of sponsors such as AgPro, Tractor Supply, Southeastern Farmers Co-op, and many others. The recent construction of our new indoor multi-use facility is poised to enhance our capabilities by expanding our capacities. This development will enable us to host a broader range of activities, including livestock shows, auctions, trade shows, festivals, and recreational events. The positive effects of the Tri-State Exhibition Center's operations have not only been felt throughout Tennessee, but also beyond its borders. The dedicated space allocated for participants and livestock production signifies an exciting opportunity to broaden our current offerings and foster the growth of agricultural resources within our state.
establishing affordable, secure, and easily accessible facilities for groups like 4-H, FFA, and youth equine programs is vital to nurturing a prosperous future for agriculture in Tennessee. Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you, Lydia. And last, Craig Thompson, our facility manager.
I realize that somebody, they're probably not very interested in what I have to say after following those two. A few things I'd like to just touch on, and not that what Lydia covered and stuff. Our success, I mean, it's due to the team we have. I mean, we want to thank, you know, if it wasn't for the Mayor Davis and the county and the commissioners to support everything we do, it's not like without the help, we couldn't succeed like we do. We look back to the sheriff and the Justice Center for helping support our labor force. Without them, we couldn't stay to keep up with our events and stuff like that. The road department and Tom and the road department, they help us haul and gravel and their maintenance and stuff like that. A lot of overhead that really keeps us moving forward and stuff like that. One other thing is we reach out and we have a lot of I guess you would call it promoters and associations that come to Cleveland every year. One thing they come and they all brag about is the hospitality they receive when they go around town to the hotels and the restaurants. And I mean, we can do our very best, but that really keeps them wanting to come back and year after year. So anyway, that's about all I want to touch base on, is just how much we appreciate all the county help and the county entities and stuff like that, because that's what really keeps us going and able to maintain year after year. And if anybody has any questions, I'd be more than happy to.
Anyone have any questions?
Real quick.
Yes, sir.
I'd be interested in knowing what other, I wouldn't call them competitors, but other counties or in this general area kind of do what you do.
Well, Roane County has one up there. It's
Roane County?
Yeah, Roane County up there at the college, they have one. And they, I guess if you want to call our competition or whatever.
I didn't mean that way, but.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But Rainsville, Alabama's a close, another one. And then they're adding one up in Monroe County right now that's getting ready to go under construction. So it is, you know, because a lot of the associations, we offer a lot of great things that other people can't offer as far as location-wise. And we're like back in 2020, what really moved us forward was we hit COVID, and as we are an open-air facility, with Mayor Davis's help and stuff, we were able to reach out and get a lot of these bigger promoters and bigger associations, because they were shut down and not able to have their shows at these colleges and stuff like that. So that way they brought their events to Tri-State, and once they brought them and they were successful and they liked everything, they've came back year after year. So that's really what helped us get started and on the right foot.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Commissioner Winters, please.
What were some of your bigger events that you've had? What would you say?
We have a saddlebred show in June, and that'll bring in about 600 horses. And we add some tents and stuff like that. That's probably our largest, but we do have 3 or 4 that's really close to that. September's a big month, and we'll max our facility out, and those will bring in, you know, shows that'll fill up our 350, 400 stalls. Beforehand, we were putting up some extra stalls and having to rent some. Now, since we've added the new barn and stuff, we're able to accommodate, attract bigger events. So
you can accommodate 600 horses?
We do, but with the help of tents now. We have to rent tents and stalls and stuff like that. But that is our largest show. Not that, and that is a great expense. I mean, it's kind of one of those deals that it's kind of a washout. We're able to accommodate that many people, but as far as the, you know, income off of it, it's not very profitable.
Thank you. Anyone else? Commissioner Rogers, please.
Kind of going on what Commissioner Alfer said, how do people find out about these events that you guys have? Are they open to the public or
open to the public? We have a website. Do a lot of reaching out. We know a lot of promoters, a lot of people that put on shows. We do a lot of, as you'd say, word of mouth, I guess.
Word of mouth.
Yeah. I mean, it is, and it's like I said, just I've been around the the industry for several years and stuff, and know a lot of people, and was able to reach out to, when I took this position, to put our name in the hat. And like I said, and then when COVID kind of hit right there, and they lost their spots at several enclosed buildings, they reached out to us, and it's worked out ever since.
Good. Thank you.
Commissioner Thompson, please.
Yeah, it's on social media and stuff.
Commissioner Thompson.
You'll have your rodeos?
Yes, sir. We have one in the spring and one in the fall. And then we'll have, like this weekend, we have a high school group, Georgia High School, coming in to have one. And so we'll host 2 high school rodeos and 2 open rodeos is what I call them. The one in the spring is done by Rick, and then what is it? Another group rodeo. Shriners. Yes, the Shriners. Shriners have the one in the spring, and then we have another association that has one in the fall, and then we host a couple high school rodeos around that time.
Is there anyone else? Thank you very much. I do know the Shriners really enjoyed the facility, and I think they used to go somewhere else.
They did. They had the circus down at
Chattanooga,
Camp Jordan, and they got into the rodeo, and they do a really good job, and we're excited to have them every year.
Doesn't hurt that the potentate is from Cleveland. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us. I appreciate it.
We really enjoyed your presentation. All right. Before we go to communication from the audience, I'd like to pick up on Commissioner Rogers' comment about visiting some of these facilities. If you haven't been around what we operate with here in Bradley County, you're missing a treat, especially at the sheriff's office and the schools. If you haven't been to the schools in your district, God help you. It's always great, and for those of you who have visited, that's great, and I appreciate it, because the Justice Center especially, you can't talk intelligently on the subject unless you go through the place. And it's really a remarkable place as far as cleanliness and organization. We'll now go to the communication from the audience. I'll recognize anyone for 5 minutes that would. Dr. Cash, please.
First, Linda Cash, Director of Schools from Bradley County. I just want to say, if you haven't recognized your return on investment in the programs that are involved in the schools, then I'm here to bring it to your attention. We have a strong relationship with 4-H. They are in all of our schools, and our students become more confident in who they are and where they go. And then I personally got to visit our students at the barn with the horses, and was amazed at watching small children build a relationship with an animal and learn to recognize feelings and emotions through that. And I hope that we continue that far beyond this year. Right now, I know that we're working with a grant to make that happen. So I'm just here for the testament it is a return on investment. It's hitting so many students in so many schools, and just want to say I appreciate that. And for the cannery, we even had students go and learn about the cannery from Bradley Central High School and their ag department. So all the things that you're supporting actually are a return on the investment within our students. And then I want to say a special thank you to the Sheriff's Department, and again, a return on investment. We recognized some of their SRO officers at the meeting last week, and I want to say that it is a collaboration and a cooperation with them that makes our students better, makes our schools better, and makes this community better. So I'm here just to say thank you. I appreciate it.
Very much. Is there anyone else in the audience? Okay, announcements. Next meeting, voting session Tuesday, February the 20th at 12 p.m. here at the courthouse. County offices will be closed February the 19th in observance of President's Day. Road Committee, February the 22nd at 1 p.m. at the Road Department.